Hey guys, Shane here with Monkeying Around, and I'm doing a spending kind of a little late night here in the shop doing a video. I want to do one on an update from where I was a little while back. I did a video not too long ago talking about different ways to kind of build yourself, make yourself a little survival pack, a little something to get you out of a jam. If you find the worst case scenario happen to you while you're out and about camping, kayaking, that kind of thing, maybe even backpacking, whatever. And I was throwing out a couple of different scenarios and a couple of different ways of doing things, and I kind of got it nailed down as to what I want. Alright, so I've put one together here, and I want to tear it apart and show you a little bit about what I got and why I have it. The pouch that it's carried in, I got off of Amazon. I mean, it was next to nothing. I want to say it was just a few bucks, and it's got mole straps around the back and around the front. It's got two around the front. It's got a little spot up front for Velcro if you wanted to put like a flag or something on it. But this is the one I picked out. Now, when I got it, it said it was waterproof. Now, it's not really waterproof. I would say maybe water resistant, maybe, if it's not submerged but just water gets up on it. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it with some silicone, make it a little more water resistant, waterproof, that kind of thing, later on down the road. But I want to show you my kit, show you what I got, and just kind of tell you where I'm at with it. Now, one thing I always like is a carabiner. I always love to carry a ton of carabiners with me when I go somewhere because they're just handy for everything. And I've got one actually hooked. I took my 550 cord, paracord, whatever you want to call it, and I run the carabiner through that. And I got a carabiner on the outside. Now, the 550 cord, I just run a couple little pieces of electrical tape around it, and I've got probably about 6-7 foot right there of that. So that's good for a little cordage, and because it's 550 cord, it's got more strands inside. So you can actually, if you cut it, the inside of it's white. Well, those are little strands that are inside. The outside of mine's green. It comes in 100 different colors. But if you cut it, you can actually pull out the little strands, and you've got more cord if you needed something, but they're more lightweight. One thing I will tell you, if you cut, especially 550 cord, it's easy to the inside to kind of come out or come unraveled. Take a little lighter, melt it, get your end a little hot, and it'll kind of melt your end together and make it a little hard piece of plastic, and it won't fray on you. Now, in my kit, I've got, my table's moving. In my kit, I've got pretty much what I would need for food, water, shelter. Now, every kit you kind of have to, I guess, adjust it to fit your needs and to fit wherever you're going. Now, everywhere I'm going, I'm not kayaking or camping in the Mojave Desert in California, so I'm going to have access to water. I'm going to have access to at least food as far as fish and water go. So I'm going to have that kind of access. But I've put some things in here, and I'll show you what I got, and let you kind of make your own decision if I did good or if I didn't. Now, one thing, I've got me a little small, and they make a smaller one that I think I want to go with because my space in here is pretty cramped, but a little watertight container to put some matches in. So I've got a little bit of I've got some matches and some tinder in here. So that's my first for my fire. I've got some bug spray. I showed that in my other video. It's a little bit of bug spray. Bugs don't really bother me, so I could easily drop that out, but if I've got somebody with me that gets eat up real bad, if you're in that kind of a situation, any little bit of comfort will help. So if we can spray to keep the bugs away, that'll be a good thing. I also have, it's an H2O Blackout Buddy. It's made by Eton, and basically you pour water in it. That's why I've got it in a little Ziploc bag to keep water out of it. But you pour water in it, and you've got a single-use light. I also brought me a handkerchief, bandana, scarf, whatever you want to call it. For my shelter, I've got, and I've had this pretty good little while, but it's a survival blanket. They sell them at Walmart. They're like $5 or $6, something like that. Really cheap. You can get one. I've got a Gerber fire starter. And I like this one. I'm starting to really grow on me. I kind of like it. It's also got a, if I can get it closed, it's also got a little small on the lanyard. It's got a little small whistle. A little orange piece is a whistle. So I've got that to start fire. To kind of get it going, I've got a couple pieces of, I've got it kind of crunched up in a bag. A couple pieces of dryer lint. You can pull that out and kind of separate it, tear it apart, get it going good. Now the biggest thing in here, and I'm probably going to lose the pouch because the pouch is taking up some room, but a little multi-tool. So a little set of pliers. I got those from Walmart. I got them back at Walmart at Christmas time, and they were on sale for like $4. And those are pretty good. I hadn't even used this set. I have an old pair of Gerber that I broke about everything on. I've used it for 15 or 20 years, but I've got me a little multi-tool. And then last but not least, I picked me up one of these, which is a mini Sawyer water purifier. And it's basically kind of like just a straw is all it is. Now the kit itself comes with a little syringe for flushing it out and another little plastic straw so you could put it in a water bottle, that kind of thing, and work through it. But what I'm carrying, so I don't have to carry some kind of a container to keep water, is the little bag slash canteen that comes with the kit. That I'll show you in just a second. But you fill your bag up with water. You screw your little filter onto it. Pop the top off. And then you're good to drink the water in the bag. So if I don't have access to any kind of water, I've at least got a way to rehydrate myself. So that's my water section of food, shelter, water. Now, the last thing that I've got in there, and I took a little plastic container, and I got one stuck. But I took me a little plastic container. I've got 3 little BB weights. Sorry, I got 5. I got 5 little BB weights, a couple little swivels, and I've got 4 fishing hooks. I've also got, I took a just an end of a plastic fork and wrapped me about probably about 8 foot of fishing line around that, and then I run a little duct tape over it to keep it in place so I didn't lose it. And I've got all this stuck down in this little plastic container so I don't, you don't jam a fishing hook in your finger, that kind of thing. So then I've got a little fishing kit. Now typically I'm carrying a knife, and one of the knives I carry has a little survival kit built into it, but that's my little survival kit. And the purpose for that is I'm gonna keep it with me, keep it kind of attached to me or in my cargo pocket of my pants, or something along those lines to where I'll hook it to my life jacket or that kind of thing. That way if I fall out of the water, I've still got access to at least be able to make some sort of food, water, shelter. So I can at least sustain myself for a little bit, or kind of help perform some kind of self-rescue. So if you like what you saw, hit like and subscribe, and check out my other video. I've got stickers out there. They're on my channel. It's my little channel art. It's a little monkey in a kayak. And if you're interested in getting a sticker, leave your email and a comment down below, and we'll hook you up with a sticker. But like and subscribe, because we still monkeying around.